ourselves on Thursday, Bradley. Not only did we get to watch Leeds United Women for the first time in about a month due to our beautiful weather in this country, but they won emphatically, and today the sun is shining. The pitch, of course, is going to look a little worn, to say the least, and I'm being generous there, but the ball run through the other night. Leeds try to play some football, and today's a big chance for them to climb the table again.
Yeah, it feels weird to be back, doesn't it? So in such short succession. It was only the other day that we saw each other, but no, like you said, the pitch was actually in quite good condition the other day, considering that the men, Garth of Town men, don't forget, had played on the Tuesday night. Obviously Leeds playing on the Thursday, but no, the sun's shining. It's a perfect day for a game of football. So really excited about this next test, and you know, it's like what I said the other night, as soon as you get a win you want to play again, because you want that winning mentality, and just to keep that momentum going and closing the gap at the top. And you know, we've had some tough tests against Norton the past few seasons. Their danger player is of course Bianca Owens, who has scored, I think it's 11 in 13 games, something like that, so really good player for them. She always puts on a good performance. She's the captain there today as well. But no, like I said, you know, it's a good game for a game of football, and hopefully it'll be another big 3 points. Yeah,
you've taken the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, if you're new to our Leeds United Women's coverage here on LUTV, Bianca Owens is the player to watch if we're worried about an opposition, and that's not discrediting the rest of them, because they are a team that have picked up some results over the years, some decent ones at that, but she is a player that's so hard to get off the ball, so strong, great finisher, and Leeds will have to keep her quiet if they want to succeed. And there is the captain for number 10, and a bit of banter between the pair. Olivia Smart shaking hands with Bianca Owens, trying to pull her over. She does so, which is typical Olivia Smart, just trying to get into the opponent's head. It's all smiles. She's been very generous there. The minute that whistle goes, she's not going to be as friendly.
No, she's not. Obviously, Olivia Smart's played in the right back position today, but the thing about Bianca Owens is she's not the easiest to mark. You know, she is their, you know, striker up top, but she'll come in deep to collect the ball. She'll go out wide, and you know, previous manager Dan O'Hearn used to tell you know, either myself or Catherine Hamill literally follow her, even at half time, follow her to the toilet, and then everyone gave Kath some funny looks when she actually did follow her to the toilet at half time.
I was going to say, did any of you take it as seriously? And you answered the question, so thank you very much. As we see, Leeds are preparing to take the kick-off as we wait for Jess Russo. So Russo will get the instructions. So she got a hat-trick the other night, did Jess Russo, and she is the form player in this Leeds team in terms of goals. She's now just second in the Golden Boots. She's behind Helen Linsky, who's got 15, and she's only 2 behind Russo herself. So let's hope, fingers crossed, it is another good day for her and this team, as Leeds will try to start out by pinging the ball around from the back, and they've not been inspired by some of the international football last night, Leeds United Women, because there were some goals inside 6-7 seconds by some respective teams. So Leeds are going the methodical and patient approach, and I'm more than happy for them to do that. And just because, I was about to say, the methodical approach is mainly because of the bubbling ball, and rather than stick to the surface, this is actually pinging about to suggest we've had a lot of dry weather, which is the opposite, of course, as Russo nearly gets onto that. And that, I'm guessing, Bradley, is by your handling is what you want to talk about.
It just looked quite funny how the ball was just literally bobbling up and down. So, you know, the girls are going to have to take that into consideration today. As much as we do like to play 1 and 2 touch football, I think, you know, it's important to get that ball under control first and foremost. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some good possession. But it's nice to see Alice Hughes back in there. Obviously, I gave her the man of the match the other day, or player of the match, should I say. And the girls also voted her as well in our WhatsApp chat. So, yeah, no, hopefully another good performance from her today.
Yeah, she's the player in midfield that will try and anchor and stop any attacks. Catherine Smith is one that's going to try and flourish going forward towards Russo. I thought the flag was going to go up there, and it has. Russo is, you can tell by the finger pointing, pretty adamant that she is not offside. But again, we mentioned it every week. You know, we can go through some of these players because they've become, you know, names to some of the fans of the Leeds United Women's team. You know, Catherine Smith is one of those players that will. She enjoys that, you know, the nitty-gritty, Bridie getting stuck in, winning it back. And but for the offside, that was pretty much perfect from the Leeds United number 10.
Yeah, she's not easy to play against, and she's been, you know, a fantastic signing for us this season. I mean, I'm looking at the player she's playing against, Vicky Burton. She's a strong tackler. She gets stuck in, but Jess Russo's definitely got the pace on her today, so I'm sure she'll be using that to her advantage.
Norton with a throw-in, which they take relatively short. The right back with the forward ball was Annalie Wynne, and there is Bianca Owens doing exactly what Bridie told you all she would do, drop deep to try and get the ball. And she is dropping so deep that she's actually the one that's playing the ball forward. It's a bit scrappy. In doing so, Hughes is the one that gets her body in the way. Now to Pizzarello, little poke down the line to at least give Russo half a chance. Russo, I think, got caught in two minds, had to turn round, play it forward, and unfortunately for Leeds, it didn't stick. But again, you know, sun is shining out there. The chance for Leeds to play some football. It's been a very even start though, Bridie. It's not as if Leeds have dominated. It's not as if Norton have fired back either. No,
it's obviously not as quick a start as we had the other day when we had a goal inside.
It's not good enough.
50 seconds. I'll be telling them afterwards, don't worry. No, it'd be nice to get an early goal just to kind of settle any nerves that the girls might have. And I think obviously with it being the international break as well, you know what Leeds fans are like. They like to get the football fixed. So I imagine there's some good numbers of fans there, and you can see them all lined up as well.
Yeah, back to Simpson. She's back in the team the other night after her recent injury trouble. So we hope it's a start of a run of games for her, as Russo gets a little fortunate with the deflection. Second time around, Jubal Keating has to put her body in the way, and very similar sort of approach. Once Leeds lose the ball, immediately pouncing on it are Norton and Stockton Ancients. And the Ancients have got plenty of time here with Kelsey Moore to play this out from the back. It's a misplaced pass from her though. Smith just tried to turn it forwards. Back it goes to Smart, who's very advanced here. Smith was just trying to work the 1-2 with her, but couldn't do so. Smart is going to be the one that tried to run this ball out with a bit of pressure. But again, well, I said earlier, Bridie, that Leeds were taking, you know, quite a steady sort of first instruction, you know, keeping the ball, trying to play it around. Norton have defensively done the same. You know, York, you were as a defender, of course, you see things quicker than I do in that department. That was your opinion of York, that defensively that's what let them down, whereas going forward they were quite good. I think we've seen the opposite of Norton Stockton so far, that there's a lot of calmness back there.
Yeah, they've defended quite well, to be fair, and you know, before the game I was kind of like looking at their home and away record, and they're actually better away from home in terms of not conceding as many. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah,
Russo gets into the box. Jubal Keating was an air swing, but that wasn't her own doing. That was a touch from a Norton Stockton player first, and that was so vital because it took it away from the Leeds United number 11, and the Ancients have just overrun it, trying to play it out from the back, the number 15. Estelle Clark just given too much to do. But again, we see this quite often with Russo. She's a bit crafty, she can turn, and that's not a bad ball in. I mean, on a left foot you expect a decent connection, and if you were pushing forward Bridie as a centre back, try to get on the end of that cross, I think you'd have been pretty happy with the delivery.
Yeah, no, it was a good delivery. I mean, we saw the other night, you know, she scored the second goal with a right foot, really, really powerful into the bottom left-hand corner. You know, she's two-footed, and that's the beauty. Unfortunately for me, I'm only right-footed, so I don't have the ability that Jess does up top.
As we see Pizzarello just telling the referee she's ready to go, official telling her to stop because one of the Norton Stockton players had to retie the bootlace. Touch perhaps from a Norton Stockton player. Russo wasn't willing to gamble on that and kicks it behind and out for a goal kick. Sarah Danby's hand went aloft to suggest that she certainly thought there was a touch, and there was a plea there from Vicky Burton, who's having a word with Russo that there was no contact from her. And inside the first 6 minutes, a relatively low-key start. So if you're just joining us, the last time these met, 1-0 win for Leeds. Katie Hassel grabbing the only goal. That was only last month. And Leeds can go into above 5th. Stockport are currently occupying that, but Leeds have got 2 games in hand over the Hatters. So you just wonder how close Leeds can get this season. If they win all their games in hand, they will be relatively close to the top of the table. They just need that table at the top, which is I think it's currently Middlesbrough at the moment for now, to slip up. This is the harder bit, though, isn't it? You often say, Brad, I remember when the first team moved the game for Norwich, Daniel Farke tried to say that, you know, he wanted the win, get the result, put the pressure on everybody else. Having to play catch up, while it means you can still play your games and the team clearly love wearing the shirt for Leeds. It is also a lot of stress to actually keep winning as well.
Yeah, it's difficult when you look around at the league table and some teams have played 14, some have played 18. It's almost difficult to work it out mathematically, kind of, where you are and what you need to do. And, if you go on a run of games, it's just like the men, like you say. It's about finding that consistency. And if you get, 4 or 5 wins on the bounce, it can significantly change your league placing. So I think at the moment, it's you don't really want to look at the league and just take each day as it comes.
You just break off because Owens has got to the ball. Leeds do not want her on the attack. She's still going. Bianca Owens, Olivia Smart trying to stand it up, still twisting and turning, and she punches the air in frustration because she did all the hard work. Maybe she will feel she had one touch too many because she sets off. Turner is the one that's trying to catch her. With the ball over the top is pinpoint. Olivia Smart did her best, waited, then at the last second dived in. There's just too many covering bodies. And in fairness to Leeds, we'll get your thoughts on that in a second, Brady. But while they looked panicked, they got back quite well. They've got to then regroup, get the air back in the lungs as the corner comes in. Easy enough for Smart to meet, but the touch wasn't convincing. And Jibba Keating tried to push further forward. Leeds quite narrow in their defensive shape. Further wide to Burton. Looping ball in. Or attempted looping ball in has gone very, very wrong, which is great news for Leeds because that's the first moment of defensive panic.
Yeah, I actually thought Bianca Owens was going to take the shot way earlier, looking at Carrie Simpson off the line there. And Jess is through. Yeah,
she is. Russo on the attack. Another long ball forward for Leeds. Will Russo punish them? She won't. A rare miss. Head in hands moment for Jess Russo. An end-to-end action inside the last 30-40 seconds. Just like Norton and Stockton have just done, the long ball forward, the defender slips, and there's not more than, I guess, a couple of yards between them. She then gets the open space. There was 2 people in Leeds with their head in their hands. One of them's on the pitch. One of them is sat next to me.
Yeah, I mean, she did. Obviously, I mentioned a few minutes ago that she's going to get the pace over Vicky Burton, and she did just that. And she did really well to cut across her as well, which could have forced a foul there, but it was just on an unfavoured right foot there. But yeah, she knows she should have scored there, and like we say, a few seconds earlier Bianca Owens should have scored as well. So yeah, 0-0, but could have quite easily been 1-1 in the past few minutes.
Yeah, and I guess as well a different approach, Brady, for the fact that we've had a bit of patient build-up play, and then within 30 seconds, 2 long balls have unlocked the defences, so maybe a sign of what we'll see as Norton and Stockton clear the lines, and it's cleared off Dobson. She's having to race back because again they try to take it quickly. Owens with a quick throw, recovered by Turner. Simpson, very craftily shaped like she was going to smash it downfield and just plays it back to Turner, and that's what some will want to see. Leeds are playing it out from the back really well, and rather than hoofing it, panicking, that's got to please the coaching team that they're at least willing to face adversity, take it on and play it nice and steadily away from trouble. 10 minutes gone and still 0-0. Simpson, just a simple ball forward to Turner, who's had a bit of work to do the last couple of minutes tracking back. To Danby, who will always assess the field. She's, I guess, the most deep line playmaker Leeds have got. Playing just a bit further forward than Hughes, but she has the array of passing. She's been in the team for several years and proved it. Out for a throw for Leeds. Leeds are just changing things here from throw-ins. Pizzarello is playing left midfield, but she has played what would be maybe 80% of the season at left back. When it is a throw to Leeds on the left, she's taking them. Walden's pushing further forward. Smart to collect.
I think she seems to be enjoying that forward role, though, doesn't she? Obviously, I think she's got 3 goals this season so far, so she definitely likes getting forward.
Just looking at appeals there. Yeah, appeals for a corner, appeals for a goal kick. It is the latter that win. Pizzarello getting forward. Do we know midfield free kick maestro from the other night?
Yeah, it was a brilliant free kick, wasn't it?
Well placed. So, yeah, she's just obviously got that in her locker to get further forward and punish teams in that area of the pitch. As we wait for this goal kick, which is taking a bit better than some of the ones out from the back. Short, goalkeeper Kelsey Moore got enough power on that, and now Norton and Stockton have got a bit of play that they can work with, only for a split second. Smith just get in the way to try and make the challenge awkward for Clark in midfield. She does that and then some, wins a free kick, and she dispossesses the opposite opposite midfielder in Estelle Clark, and again does the work that others perhaps wouldn't want to do. Dobson to Danby. Danby looking into the area, squeezes it to Russo, who with a back to goal is normally very dangerous. Russo tries to tee it off back to Danby, easily read. Smart was just trying to turn it away from the number 11, but that player in question, Sophie Hodgson, got it away. Leeds win it back. Jubal Keaton making a running behind, and 12.5 gone. It is tape for the same teams. Final ball for both teams is just going astray.
Yeah, it is. Like you say, it's the final ball, but it's nice to see Sarah Danby on the ball. I think we said the other night it was quite a quiet game for her. Not that she did anything wrong, particularly in that game, but it was just quite a quiet game for her compared to normal. But you can see today she seems to be getting a lot more space and a lot more time on the ball to be able to pick her passes. And you know, there's not very many players as good as her in the league at doing that.
Yeah, Ancients on the front foot. I mean, Owens is now playing left midfield, such as the disappointment for Leeds. She's everywhere. If I can stay in one position, she's not going to though. Here is Smith trying to get it out of her feet. Referee has to move quickly as Danby goes wide. Pizzarello, good chest control, nearly went away from her, but deals with it very well. Leeds are showing a good few flashes of some really smart play out there at the back. They've only been exposed once, but then they shut it down. They've had a lot of patience, build up. You know, York were quite aggressive in their press. Leeds haven't had to deal with that as much. Russo can now turn the defender. She's looking sideways, looks towards the number 14 in Waldron. And we say this every week, Brad. We get they might just seen the pitch. Could she have gone inside Russo? There was a further body. I mean, she would probably say she gets the pass right. It's a perfectly good ball. Sadly, she didn't.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer to see Jess in those central positions. We've seen already a couple of times in this game she's put crosses in, but there's been nobody there, and ultimately we want her on the end of those crosses. So I do much prefer her kind of playing the ball out wide and then getting in herself. But no, just like what you said, then it's interesting to see how they're playing a little bit deeper and defensively compared to York, and you know the Leeds defence will be more than happy with that, because you know I know as a centre half myself, you know, having all that time on the ball just to kind of pick your passes is great.
Yeah, here is Smith. She was trying to look for Pizzarello. She does actually find her eventually, although Pizzarello nearly went without the ball. She's got the quick feet to get away. So hopefully the idea of going back on another turn. Still going Pizzarello into the penalty area. Lays it off. Smart trying to turn it forward. Doesn't do so, and now Norton and Stockton get caught on the ball. Pizzarello back in possession. It's very scrappy out there for her, but she's dealing with it, and again just that touch of composure at the back. Same for Dobson, and now back all the way to Simpson. So Leeds not forcing it, Bridie. Could have gone further forward then, but if they weren't comfortable, like Turner, as Owens has got to her first, she's now going to go for goal. She lobs the goalkeeper, but wide. A huge let-off for Leeds United Women with a danger player, Bianca Owens, and not for the first time this afternoon. She's had two really good opportunities. It's their only chances they've had, Norton, and it's come from one sloppy touch, and she was there again, pouncing.
Yeah, I mean, I said it a second ago. She was kind of handed the ball then. It wasn't due to hard work that she managed to get the ball. It was a heavy touch by Lucy Turner, which we don't say very often. But yeah, unlike the other chance that she had, she did try and take that one early, but fortunately for us, it was off target. Yeah,
Russo turns inside, try and punish the Ancients here. Still going, Russo. Looks for that slight gap to shoot. She found it, but it was immediately shut down. This is actually turning into a decent spectacle of end-to-end football when it bursts out. It's only a game that's relatively even as Pizzarello gets hold of the ball. Danby was asking for it in the middle. She was ignored because Jubal Keating was peeling away. But a miscommunication and a misexecution really with the pass. And it goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think we saw there Jess Russo getting crowded out there. I mean, you know, Norton will have done the homework and they'll have seen that she's a danger player for us, and you know, if she gets a sniff at goal, she's likely to punish the opposition. So I think, you know, as soon as she gets the ball, you can see that there's 2 and 3 players trying to close her down, making it difficult for her. But what that should do then, Tom, is create a bit more space and time for someone else in a Leeds shirt.
Yeah, Jubal Keating gets the header, or the back of her head to get the ball. Then Smith, then Russo. Here's Pizzarello. Try to take them on. She's shown glimpses of what she can do in that department. Deflection straight into the hands of Kelsey Moore. That could have been so much different for Leeds had it flicked another way, but we've seen some good battles out there now. Pizzabello against anybody on the right hand side of defence is a great matchup. She's taking it in her stride and actually getting the better of them, and but for that touch, which is a good one in the end because you never knew where that was going to go. Vicky Burton sticking out the leg to stop them, as Hughes does exactly what Hughes did on Thursday night against York, meet the first ball from a York attack. Sadly for Leeds, Norton Stockton Ancients have it back in their grasp. Smart is beaten, but the player took the ball out of play in doing so. Hughes. Sorry, Dobson. Now Russo. Russo's looking. Has a little glimmer towards goal. Keeper has tried at the last second to keep it away from goal. She was so frustrated with herself there, Kelsey Moore, because it was not going in, and even it might have been creeping in, but it was certainly savable. But I mean, I guess they say to all goalkeepers at any level, any doubts, just make sure if the goalkeeper doesn't make a save and it goes in, she looks even, she looks foolish. So it's a chance for Leeds, but I think the Ancient stopper will be certainly frustrated, Brady.
Yeah, I don't know if she saw that late. I mean, from where we were sitting, it looked like it was just going wide, and there didn't look to be a lot of pace, and it just didn't actually seem very happy with the shot there. But good for us, we got a corner, so hopefully we can take advantage. Yeah,
Danby fires it in near post. Norton player goes to ground via a foul, according to today's official. I think Turner was the nearest to her, and now they make their way back into a defensive formation. So nearly 19 minutes gone. How are we assessing this so far?
Well, it's relatively even so far, isn't it? I think when you look at the chances, I think we've had a couple of good chances, they've had a couple of good chances. I think there's not a lot in it. It could go either way at this point. But I think we know, we're aware of their danger players, and I said it right at the beginning. Bianca is a nightmare to mark, and for a centre half, for example, you kind of know the areas of the pitch that you tend to go in, and if she kind of drifts out wide, it gives you a decision to make. Do I follow her and then get someone else to move, or do I pass her on to someone else? But you've also got to look at not just the positioning, but she's very, very physical as well. So if you're the physical person that's matched up to her, you kind of need to go with her, because otherwise she'll just push you off the ball.
I'd like to say that Simpson's touch puts things into an awkward spot. Second touch was a lot more convincing, out for a throw. Yeah, that was going to be my last question. Was that, it's all right following her, but then it's actually getting to her and taking it from her. She's, as you say, strong, powerful, skillful as well. She's lost out there. You can tell by her body language she doesn't agree, but referee suggests that she was the one that kicked it out of play. Now into Dobson in defence. She switches it immediately. Pizzarello's first touch gets her on the attack. Idea was to attack immediately, but stopped by the Ancients in the way of Annalyn Wynne. Forward, turns on the attack by the player in question, number 16, was Milne Redhead, who's supporting the play in that final third. And this is another missed touch, but again, nearly a half chance for the Ancients, who, as you say, Brady, the results away from home suggest they're a lot harder to break down. They're awkward, they're competitive, and they've got a game plan as well. They've come here with an idea of how to stop Leeds. But I don't think coaching team will be panicking at any point. There's been some plus points as well for Leeds.
Yeah, I think when you look at where they are in the league compared to us, on paper you'd look at it and think, it should be a relatively easy game. But we know in this league anybody can beat anybody on the day. It could just literally come down to one goal. So hopefully. We like to win more comfortably than that, of course. But yeah,
5-1, yeah.
yeah, I enjoyed that result.
Yeah. So far, this does appear like it'll be a grind more than anything else, as Russo has to settle for a goal kick, trying to flick it in off the defender, but fails to do so. So goal kick to come.
Yeah, I was looking at their defensive record, as I say earlier on. Away from home, they've conceded 16 goals in comparison to 27 goals at home, which is interesting. But equally, our home record is better than our away. So, be interesting to see how we match up, which, to be fair, after the first 21 minutes, it's very even, as we've said.
Yeah, 22 minutes in, Bridie Hannon's just called a draw. Home attack good, defensive better away. Norton, they're going to cancel each other out. As here is Waldron, puts it into a good area for Leeds. Nobody there though to attack. Jubal Keating is the closest to it, and she's the one putting all the effort in to get there, and that is a really good run and a challenge. They'll get the throw. No complaints from the Norton and Stockton player, who will have felt that. And Jubal Keating would have just, in an ideal world, liked to have been 5 yards further into the pitch, because then she could have maybe got onto this. She was always peeling and just trying to stretch away. I think even looking at the replay, she had done very, very well to get on it. But from a left-back perspective, Ruby Waldron, she got forward for a change, swapping with Pizzarello. I mean, she put the ball into the penalty spot. Yeah,
it wasn't a bad ball in, like you say, it just missed, Leeds player on the end of it. But the good thing about Shan is she has got the pace, so, it doesn't need to be pin perfect pass to her. She can just run on the end, and that's the beauty of our strike force today with her and Jess. We've got lots of pace, and it's something that they don't possess at the back.
Danby to Waldron. Plenty of times Leeds have had these little areas where you could look and assess the full pitch. No real pressure from up top. Hughes has got forward, flicks it to Smart. Risk of offside, so she doesn't return it immediately. Bit of patient build up. No offside. Smart swung the ball in, but it was blocked straight away by Vicky Burton in the. Sorry, in fact, it was Karen Milne Redhead, not the number 6, the 16, in fact. Smart goes to Smith. Back again. Ball into the area, begging for someone to attack it, but right into the 6-yard box and into the gut of the goalkeeper. And even time for a defender to help her redress and adjust the top of a goalkeeper strip as Kelsey Moore takes her time. Bouncing ball, Dobson flicks it on. It's a bit of head tennis out there at the Bannister Prentice Stadium. It's the visitors that come out on top in possession, but now lost it. Hughes to Danby. To Russo. Jubal Keating asking for it. Try to return the favour there. Punch behind, or deflected behind originally, unable to be kept in. Big order that Bridie for Jess Russo to split between two defenders, but it wasn't a million miles away at all.
No, I'm not sure it was the right pass there, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's difficult from us to see, but whether she had some runners to the left and right of her there. But no, probably not the right pass. But we've seen it from both teams, haven't we? It's just that final ball, final decision, and that can be the difference between obviously scoring a goal and not.
Smart corner, far post, header, and an opportunity. It looked like it was Hughes that got to it, that she's the one that's got her head to the sky in frustration, and she met it with venom, power, and just too much power. Just getting over, got underneath the ball rather than over it. Again, the delivery on the money. She just couldn't keep it under control, that header. Yeah,
it was a really good delivery. The keeper didn't want to come out there and try and claim it at all, did she? She kind of stuck to a line, but I'd probably say Alice Hughes and Ellie Dobson are probably your two players that you want on that, just purely for the height and the heading ability. So again, I think that should have been, it's another big chance. That probably should have been another goal.
Looking to get the ball under control is Danby. Pulled away from it by Ancients midfielder. Pizzarello then gets straight back in. Dobson, right idea, just doesn't get enough power behind it. She was looking for Waldron. Now Danby. She turns away. Good skill to get away from trouble. Delays the pass. That allows Smart to get onto it. A back heel. Smith's going to look into the area. Puts it into the box. Headed away by the Ancient centre half. And then cleared even further. Smith's going to go for a second go up towards Russo. Russo reacts into Jubal Keating. She's just trying to support the striker. Can't do so on that occasion. And it's up to Owens with Dobson just standing off it. And that's allowed her to spray this ball out wide. Leeds under pressure now with Pizzarello trying to get back. She's just too strong. And more importantly too quick, as she just shows a bit of turn of speed to get away. Misplaced pass. Much more accurate on that one. Danby takes it forward. Danby could have played it simpler. She got caught trying to be cute, looking for Jubal Keating. both teams have done the exact same thing in the last few seconds. There's now Smart up towards Russo, but it's making for an end-to-end pretty tiresome pace out there for the two sets of players. We said there was cramp on Thursday. I mean, they've only got 3 subs, the Ancients, today. They're going to need to get every ounce of energy out of these players, because the way this game's being played, it's going to take a lot out of them by the 70th minute or so, Brady.
I was going to say the cramp, and that was just in the studio. But no, you're right. You're right with the heavy pitch. But it looks in a lot better condition, I must admit, than the other day. And yeah, it's been a really good game so far. Like you say, it's a good spectacle for the division. End-to-end stuff, and both teams can't switch off, because I mean, Bianca is literally all over the place, and her technical ability is fantastic. She can play long, she can play short, she's good in the air. We've seen her do a range of stuff so far. So, but yeah, I want to see kind of Jess get more in that central position and take some shots. But as you can see, she's finding it difficult so far, because they are literally just crowding her out.
Yeah, it's all very frantic in pretty much all over the pitch. Certainly in midfield, no one's taken a touch. I can't remember the last one, but that took a touch when going forward, to assess what they had on their radar. But it's making it more interesting for us too, and those watching, and certainly those in attendance. We would just like to see that scoreline tick in our favour. The referee has just brought proceedings to a halt, because there's a Leeds player down, and Olivia Smart that perhaps has picked up a problem here.
Yeah, it looks like a hand or something, so I'm not sure if she's fallen funny on it or something like that. She's obviously, we know she's not one to go down easily, so she must be in a little bit of discomfort there, but hopefully the physio can sort her out.
Yeah, quick bit of a patch up there for her as drinks break all round. Everyone getting a quick tactical update inside the first 29 minutes here. Still Leeds 0, Norton Stockton Ancients now. Getting the replays there of a few of our chances as coaching instructions to Chandra Keating, Jess Russo, as we still wait for the game to get back underway. Olivia Smart is the one that is down. Bradley, I probably spotted it was the hand that she'd hurt, so whether she's fallen on it or she's picked up something that's been kicked or walked into someone, she's certainly meant to try and flick the wrist that gets some feeling back in it. I mean, she's not one to go down and stay down. She's one of the toughest players in this team.
Yeah, I think unless she's broken her leg, Tom, she won't be going off and getting subbed off anytime soon.
Yeah, she just trying to make sure with the physio that she's good to go. So a couple of minutes delay at the Palace Apprentice Stadium, and now we're back underway with a half chance for Pizzarello to get on the front foot, deflected away off the defender, as Pizzarello will have to wait for that ball to be played back to her. There's a slight dip in the clouds from the sun today. First time you can really see the picture without any of that sun basking in its glory, which is a sense we've not had much to say when we've covered our Leeds United Women's team. In fact, any of our teams this year. It's a bit of a break because Norton Stockton have actually unlocked the defence. Just as I say that, a nudge from Catherine Smith ends all hope of a counter-attack, and she goes back, and the right midfielders at left back there. No wonder the coaching team applauding that for her hard work. Simpson pushes Smart really wide, too wide, out for a throw. And just a breakdown there in communication and execution of whether she wanted the ball or not. But a big 15 minutes coming up, because it was end to end with chances, and then it's been end-to-end giving the ball away. Yes, Turner's nipped in, does very well to win it back. She actually wins a free kick. Scrappy is the best way to put it, I think.
Yeah, it has just dropped a little bit. I think the breaking play didn't help with obviously the injury to Olivia Smart there. But yeah, I think we just need to keep hold of the ball for a good 5-10 minutes. I think we need to try and tire them out a little bit more, because we do know from experience that they do get tired. Having said that, they don't give up still. But yeah, I'd like to see us just string a few more passes together, because we've got acres of space, and just let the ball do the work, really.
Yep, so Pizzarello looks to go down the line, takes the opportunity. Not that many options in support, so to the byline she goes, eventually gets it to Jubla Keating. He's kept it just about, but then at the last second loses out. Strong bit of play from the Ancients midfield, getting Hughes away from the ball, and Smart, no nonsense clearance, could sense the danger, Bridie, that was about to unfold.
Yeah, I think she had to do that. I think, like we say, it's, clearing the danger first. Let's get our shape back. I just think we just need to take a little bit more care with some of these passes. I think sometimes we're trying to take one too many touches and try and take too many players on at times when we don't really need to.
Russo. Keating, she goes to ground. Simple free kick for the referee to give.
Yeah, I don't think we've really had a clear-cut chance really since Alice Hughes' header from the corner, have we?
No, we've had two of them with Russo, Hughes, a couple of speculative efforts from Russo from far. And that is about it for now, as the official gives Leeds the throw.
I think it's like when we were talking the other night, Tom, I was saying that we've not created that many chances, but what we did create, we were ruthless in front of goal.
Yeah, attack here for the Ancients. Shot comes in, Pizzarello gets to it. She can't keep it in play for a goal kick, but without that block, that could have been a lot more dangerous for Leeds. Less than 10 minutes, or just over 10 minutes to go until half time. And again, no surprise, Owens dropping deep, flicking the ball. It's weighted perfectly, the pass. And yeah, her skills on show throughout so far.
Yeah, she did well there, Charlie, just to sniff out the danger and just get back and recover.
Waiting then for the delivery. Will be an outswinger which Leeds will have to try and meet on the penalty spot. Owens flicks it through. Simpson sees it late, sees it very late, and deals with it just about. Good reactions from Carrie Simpson. If the touch from the Norton player had come just before it, it's a goal. Owens just tried to flick it to goal and score herself. The player in question, just in front of the goalkeeper, tried her. She might have been looking at that, maybe being offside, but Simpson wasn't to know any danger. And reactions perfect.
Yeah, I mean, Bianca Owens, she got good contact on the ball. There wasn't a lot of power behind it, but like you say, she just wanted it in the area. But I think because there were so many bodies in there, I think Carrie Simpson saw that late. So yeah, could have quite easily got in the back of the net. That.
Looking for Russo. Leeds just were losing their thought process there, just a looping ball downfield without much notice for Russo to get set for it. Hughes again reads the flight of the ball, but two Ancients players getting each other's way. Dobson towards Russo. This time she makes it stay and allows a few runners to get in behind. Jubla Keating the main one. Pizzarello for now doesn't use her. She goes across the park to Smith. Smith's first touch just offers it towards the Ancients midfield. And now Danby's got to get back. A few others are racing back as well. Smart's backpedaling because the ball's over the top of her head, and now Izzy McEwen will chase it, but Olivia Smart churns up the turf to get back and get goal side and knock it downfield. Do we get the sense how time is needed now for Simonwood's team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it would be nice to get a goal before half time, but judging by the last kind of 5-10 minutes, it doesn't look like a goal is going to come for us at this point. So I think we just need to regroup again. And it's just those kind of passes that we've seen, a few times in this half from both teams, mind.
Yeah, Turner probably looked at Pizzarello and thought she's got so much space, I can ping it in front. Not on the halfway line waiting for it. But if it was to her feet, Leeds have got an attack, and as you say, It's been the same the other way. But it's been a very evenly balanced contest, this. Very little in it.
Yeah, and I like to see teams playing football. Both of these teams, just like the other day against York, are trying to play out from the back, play through the thirds, and I know that's what the Leeds girls been training these past couple of weeks. But in actual fact, we seem to have got more joy from going a bit more direct, and especially like what we've mentioned with the pace that we've got.
Yeah, Russo, one of the hardest workers in the team, chasing it down. Pizzarello joins her in the press, but the Ancients get away. Dobson flies in, a little bit unlucky. The pass could have been on to Owens there, who's almost throws a bit of a tantrum in the fact that the pass didn't come. She stops in her tracks. She knew if the midfielder just took a split second, simple ball inside. Risky pass into Danby. Dobson safer this time to Waldron. Towards Russo. Just gets taken away from her. Leeds lost momentum they had. Started with it, was more end to end, and then it's been, probably say, the Ancients just shading things without having too much quality of their own. It's just a real battle this between two teams that are very evenly matched. Owens nutmegs the ball through. Shot comes in, Olivia Smart watches it, gets across, stops Sophie Hodgson from having a shot on target.
Yeah, I think both teams have done kind of some last-ditch tackles, but I think, it's one of those where I said a few minutes ago, I don't think it's due to them particularly, Norton particularly working hard to kind of regain possession. I think there's been a couple of times where we have kind of gifted them the ball and, we've played what I would call a hospital pass or not a percentage pass where, another option would have been better, but we just need to learn from that and make sure we don't, keep making the same mistakes.
The ball swung in. Another attempted little flick on from afar. Hughes, I think, was the one that smashed it downfield towards Russo. Russo gets it away. Smith was up there within support, but now back into Hughes. Hughes to Smart. A little bit of space for Smart. Dribble Keating moves out the way. Russo just loses her stride. I think it sums up the last 10 minutes really for Leeds, that.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And again, I don't want Jess Russo out there. I want her in the box. But the good thing about that move is there were bodies then running into the box. We saw Sarah Danby, Shan, Gabriel Keating, run into the box there trying to make things happen. So, while ever Jess is out wide, as long as we've got some willing runners, then that's the main thing to get on the end of him. But yeah, disappointing that one.
Another break for a quick drink on board. Throwing goes wrong for Norm, which is just good news for Leeds. Up to Russo. Shows too much of it. Bounces away, does Hodgson. She can now bring a teammate into the attack in the shape of Milne Redhead. Up to Owens. Owens again with an important touch. Smart gets the attack, stops for now. Milne Redhead having to readjust her body, wait for it to come to the height she can control it. But again, it is the Ancients that are starting to set the pace here. The main thing is, of course, not conceding before half-time. Got to go into the break with some momentum. Pizzarello has it here. Russo perhaps slowed her down. Got it back though. Pizzarello running towards goal. There'll be a lack of options in the centre of that box, but she whips it in anyway. Keeper and defender getting a miscommunication. Dribble Keating was nearly there to pounce to get a throw lead, and they've got something out of that.
Yeah, I thought when Charlie Pizzarello kept the ball in, then I'm thinking, who's in the box? Who are you going to play it to? And I thought the right thing to do was to kind of just keep hold of it until you get that support. But it was quite a zipping ball into the box, and it gave the defender a decision to make.
Here is Dobson, still going. Lays it back into Pizzarello. The idea from her is to swing the ball into the box. Russo attacks it late. Shot's going to come in. Keeper is there to watch it all the way. Well, she was at first, then she drops it. Dobson is the one that's been flying forward. She's been watching Bridie Hanlon YouTube highlights, getting forward, having shots from range.
Excuse me,
That's a good shot, that.
Mine would have been in the back of the net.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm doing you a disservice. I was more meaning the sheer...
having the shot in the first place.
The sheer gusto to just get forward and stay forward.
Hey, listen, if you don't shoot, you don't score.
He certainly don't, as Leeds recover. Maybe a bit of a couple of minutes salvo here for Leeds. Last few minutes have been under the pump, but now the Ancients just run out of steam a little. It's now Leeds the ones in the ascendancy. Used to have played like a game of chess today, taking it in turns to nearly seal the deal, but we're still waiting our first goal. Forward to Smart. Smart decided to go for glory with a shot, and we know she's keeping tabs of her goals and assists this season. Maybe that was running through her mind when she went from a shot from range rather than crossing to Russo up towards Owens. She shows that strength in abundance and that vision to try and play it forward. Simpson thought about leaving it to catch it, realised it wasn't going to get there, so she clears it away. Gets a little lucky with the deflection. A couple of minutes left before half time. We should get a couple of minutes of stoppage time as well because of the injury to Olivia Smart, when she had to go to ground to receive treatment. Here's Turner wanting a forward run. Russo then makes it. Now she'll have work to do to keep it in play, though. Always against it. Norton player is nudged into the hoardings but deals with it. 2 minutes left, Bridie, of normal time.
Yeah, I liked the idea from Lucy Turner there. As I say, rather than just kind of lumping it forward, you know, she wants that forward run. She's telling the players where she wants them to go. And I think in actual fact it wasn't a bad ball down the line. It just had a little bit too much pace and probably asked a little bit too much of Jess Russo there. We know she's fast, but she'll probably be turning around to Lucy saying, I'm not that fast.
Player down. Here's the number 14, which is Maddie Myers. She's quick to get to her feet now, just wanting things checking over. So that'll further add to the stoppage time we're going to get at the end of this first half. Ball hits Pizzarello on the hand, which is a touch unfortunate. If it hit her anywhere else, she was attacking there. A bit of space in front of her. Sport is a game of fine margins. Jess Russo is showing that and then some. She's now telling the referee where the free kick was. Of course, it is up to the referee to decide that. Not only has the player in question taken it,
I think a little bit too far there, Vicky Burton. I'll be having words after this match.
A lot further forward than Russo wanted. Russo is still being told, I mean, she'll be lucky to get away with a card here, but competitive, let's be honest. Let's say that, as the ball is cleared away by Dobson. Danby tries to turn it away, couldn't get it away from traffic. Fired forward. It's given an opportunity then for Hodgson to chase. Smart going with her. Got to be careful in these areas. If she beats them for pace, he can't get caught. There's a handball there. Just allowed the Norton player to keep hold of possession. And Leeds are just having to dig in a little bit. There's a lot of complaints at both teams. Olivia Smart, I think he's not happy at the fact that the Norton player is knocking the ball away. She's saying there's time wasting. I mean, the referee will no doubt be telling her that's what Jess Russo has just done. But there's a lot to build off as a first half performance, Bridie. There's a lot to tweak as well, though. Yeah,
I think both teams are wanting to get in at half time now. I think there's not been a great deal between both teams. They've both had chances. As I say, it could have gone either way so far. And I think both of which have probably had, you know, similar kind of development areas in terms of, you know, gifting the opposition the ball at times.
Yeah, the long ball over the top worked fine for the first one to Russo. The last few have gone way over her head. And she's had absolutely nothing to chase down. That's the latest of which she can do nothing with.
Yeah, I think, you know, from a Leeds point of view, it's frustrating because these are really the games that you want to be putting to bed in the first half. You know, Leeds United against Norton, you know, you look at that and think, you know, and again, looking at the league tables and things like that, you know, we should be, you know, winning these kind of games comfortably, but we know the strengths that they possess, and, you know, they're a hard-working team, they're from the northeast, and, you know, yes, there's teams like Middlesbrough and Newcastle and Durham, etc., but, you know, Norton are good in their own right.
Waldron was running down the left there trying to get away from trouble. Ends up running into it, but did so with an attacking run. She had a nice and steady game today out there, Ruby Waldron. She was in at left back the other night. She's got forward well today. Certainly helped Pizzarello. When those two have played, there could certainly be a goal coming from that flank. Throwing inside, Pizzarello might take this one. Alright, so Waldron will just cover just in case something goes wrong from the set piece. Only Russo in support at first. Danby gets to it, just fired into her a bit too strongly. Good work from the Ancients to escape, but there's Catherine Smith running across the pitch. And the referee decides that is the end of this first half. I mean, that's the sort of play that Leeds want to end the first half on. A really good, strong, powerful challenge. Rebecca Bass applauding it, and that's what Leeds will hopefully catapult forward from and use as a launch pad in the second half, as it's 0-0 at the Banter Prentice Stadium between Leeds United Women and Norton Stockton Ancients. Welcome back then to LUTV's coverage. The teams have now gone through their protesses and we are nearly ready for this second half. In fact, we pretty much are, as Bianca Owens has the ball for kickoff and gets the Norton Stockton Ancients underway against Leeds United Women at the Barnes Apprentice Stadium in Garforth. It was pretty much even Stevens all the way through that first half, so little to split them. Arguably, if you're going to be picky, the Ancients should be in front. They had the better chances, with Bianca Owens missing 2. They had 1 cleared off the line by Carrie Simpson. That was Owens. Leeds had effort from Russo, which normally Jess Russo would finish, but that has been the tail of the tape of a very scrappy but competitive and still quite enjoyable, I think, game at this level in this league. As myself, Tom Hill and Bridie Hannon will provide you all the second half commentary. Very, very tough to split them. We could be here all the second half trying to assess that for where breaking it down, how there could be improvements. We hope the half-time team talk does it for Leeds in our favour.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we were just looking at the bench then, and we've got a couple of subs that could come on and definitely make an impact offensively. But I think
just break off because Simpson was dealt a really risky ball. Chance here. Owens goes for it. Simpson dives in the way, and nearly a scrappy start that ensured a goal for the visitors.
I think it's that kind of opportunity there for the opposition that was similar to what we saw in the first half for both teams, where if anybody's going to win this, it's not going to be from amazing play as such. It's going to be from a defensive error from one of the teams that's then going to cost. So hopefully we can cut those out, because there was a few too many in that first half.
It certainly was. They're smart. Given another ball to just speed things up. Referee then stops the play for what he claimed either was it a second ball on the pitch or the throw-in further back. I think it might have been the latter. Jess Russo will be crushing her fists up front at the fact that someone else has been punished for moving further forward, when that was her main bugbear in the end of that first half. She's involved here, gives it to Smart. Smart upended. Referee said the ball was won. Into Gibral Keating, further wide to Smart. Asking a lot of herself here. She wants to go all the way. Back to Gibral Keating. Little shimmy, still going. Flicks it forward. She claims it got a touch. The Ancients deny that, but Leeds get the call. Good flick. Not once but twice for the Leeds number 11 there, Bridie. Yeah,
it was difficult to see there, wasn't it? But we'll go with the fact that it was definitely a Leeds corner on that one. But as I say, it was quite difficult to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, the linesman nearby was the one that I think the referee considered their opinion the most. Danby's gone across to take it, so Smith a late runner. Turner's also in there to the far post, in fact to the actual penalty spot. Gibral Keating was just trying to flick it forwards, actually backwards to Hughes. Back heel to Pizzarello. She's now on the attack. Leeds will still have bodies in the area. Dobson's on the edge of the box. Pizzarello taking them all for a bit of a merry dance, crosses it in, gets a late challenge as she does so. The referee perhaps could have considered a free kick, probably should have done, because Pizzarello is still down and they've knocked the ball out. Ancient player is clearly, I think, feeling that was a close call. So it was very, very minor at the very last second, the contact, and it was after she'd crossed it. So the turn comes, it's from the number 4, so it's the standing leg at the last second. I mean, are we saying that's a free kick?
I don't know if it was. She still managed to get the cross in there, and I think Vicky Burton did a good job of tidying up quite nicely. Obviously it wasn't intentional, so no, I probably wouldn't have given a free kick there. And there's another player down, this time for Norton.
Yeah, frustration all round. There's another stop-start. Bianca Owens is the one that is on the ground. And she's picked up a left leg injury, which will need some treatment. So just 5 minutes into this first half, he's goalless as there's drinks breaks for all involved. Leeds knocked the ball out for a goal kick. Just to, I say thanks to Norton for obviously allowing Pizzarello to be assessed. Then Owens needed treatment herself.
Yeah, it's good to see both players back on the feet. It's never nice to see players go down and get injured. But hopefully I'm not going to be regretting that if Bianca Owens scores a hat-trick in this second half.
Yeah, hopefully not. As there's a Leeds player down, dribble Keating putting her body in there. Hughes likewise, high boots according to the officials. So it's all got a bit chaotic. It's been, I used Scrappy to describe the first half. I mean, that's been generous for the second.
Yeah, it's been very much the same, hasn't it? We've started the second half as we finished the first half. So I think Simon Wood will be looking at making some changes soon.
Yeah, there's opportunity here for Leeds to regroup at the back. Carrie Simpson's gone across to take this goal kick. Simpson taking her time. Out towards Turner. Turner forward to Smith, who's gone into a more central role for the time being. Still the Ancients have it. It's to Owens, who's shaken off that leg injury. Scoot pass forward. Turner. Simpson's come very, very early. Turner gets a front flip for her troubles. The two will shake hands. I mean, they dealt with it. At first I thought it was the riskiest option, but Simpson made it look like a very safe one.
Well, they say, don't they, your job as a goalkeeper is obviously get the ball, and if you need to take your own player out, then do it, and she did that, which is why they both had a bit of a smile on their face then.
Pizzarello has it, and it's wide to Danby. Danby's ball in, asked questions, dribble, Keating went for it, it'll fall to Smart. Smart back across goal. Not sure if that was a shot or a cross to try and play in dribble Keating, whichever it was, it didn't work in Leeds' favour, but it's given them a bit of a lift. Smart turns away, then she's chopped to the floor. That is going to be a foul. And some comments from the fans alongside after Sophie Hodgson upended the Leeds skipper.
It was a good ball in by Danby there, and I actually think it was a cross. And I think it was, credit to the Norton defence. I think the shape in a body kind of forced Olivia Smart there to have to do the cross as opposed to the shot there. But yeah, it was unlucky.
Smart taking it upon herself for the free kick. This is not unusual. She often will deliver set pieces. She's the corner taker from the left. So Danby and Pizzarello on the edge. There's got 5 Leeds shirts in the box to attack this. Underneath it was Dobson, not for the first time. She gets a second flick on dribble. Keating is just nudged off the ball, and as our resident defender, that's good defending, isn't it? Yeah, is it
McEwen? Is it? Yeah, she did really well just to get her body in the way there, and just allow a keeper just to collect in her hands. So yeah, good defending.
Yeah, very impressive. Turner gets a block to the forward ball. Smart can only give it back to Norton, but at least it slowed them down. Hodgson, who was the one that fouled her a few seconds ago, getting the better of her. Here is Owens. Works a 1-2, goes to ground. Referee says free kick. Smart is claiming she's fallen over. Owens is appealing that is a bit of a late challenge. Got quite passionate out there between the pair of them. We get a replay here. So, I mean, she does go down very heavily. Is it the knee that catches her rather than the foot? I mean, they're both as passionate as each other. So, who do you believe? I mean, you're going to believe Olivia Smart, I know that.
I am going to believe Olivia Smart. Yeah, she did seem to go down easily, and I did think Olivia Smart got the ball there, but obviously the referee saw something different to give the free kick, and I think Bianca Owens wanted a little bit more there. I'm not sure if she believed that Olivia Smart was the last person, or if she should have got a card or what, but yeah, there was not a lot in it for me.
Yeah, Carrie Simpson is just trying to line up her wall, so Smart's gone across to Mark Hodgson. Owens has moved out of the way to allow the shot to come in, which is hit the crossbar. Simpson looking around for where the ball has gone. It's fallen out to the edge of the box. It was Karen Milne-Redhead going for goal. The danger isn't over for Leeds. Milne-Redhead will go for a second attempt. Simpson's coming off her line. Good hands. She's fouled as she does so. Referee is going to give it anyway, but yeah, Hodgson is putting herself about out there. A couple of challenges, bit of a push on Simpson, lands awkwardly. Oh, yeah, Simpson's actually smashed her arm on the crossbar. No, she hasn't. In fact, no, it's the post. That's what she's done it on. You could say, I did think she was moving her arm around to suggest she'd hurt it, as now I think it's Alice Hughes is down. Another drinks break. Oh. Take a breather and give us your thoughts, please.
Yeah, it was brave goalkeeping, but yeah, it was a fantastic strike by the young number 16 there, and you know, she got a late goal the other week against FC United, so she obviously wants to add to her tally. But no, it was, you know, those kind of positions are dangerous areas to give free kicks away. You know, so she had every right to go for the shot, and I'm not sure if Carrie Simpson actually knocked it onto the crossbar or what, but either way, fortunately for us, it didn't go in the back of the net, and you know, hopefully Alice Hughes will be all right just to get back up and continue playing.
Yeah, it's a good effort from that set piece. Hit true, good connection. Simpson was panicked. Obviously, didn't really panic. Didn't know where it was, and thankfully for Leeds, the scoreline is the same.
It's Bianca Owens, isn't it? She's there all the time. You know, everything that's good for them tends to go through her. So it was a little 1-2 at the edge of the box, and obviously, you know, we unfortunately gave the free kick away. So yeah, it was definitely a let off then.
Yeah, definitely a let off indeed. As Turner turns into trouble, Hodgson. Here is Owens again. She just tries a flick or two that perhaps she didn't have the room for. Pizzavello goes long now, looking for Russo. I mean, she's barely had a touch in this second half, Jess Russo. That might be one of the first times I've mentioned her.
Yes, she's not had a lot of service this half at all over the past kind of 10-15 minutes. So no doubt she'll be getting frustrated, and then what tends to happen as a striker, you then tend to move out of position to try and, you know, get the ball.
Forward it goes. It's flicked away immediately by the Ancients into Milne-Redhead, who clears out wide. Turned down the channel by the number 14, Maddie Myers. You're just going to force Leeds further back and out for a throw.
Yeah, I'd like us to play the ball more in their half, I think, because it's going to give me a heart attack this game, I can tell.
As you say, do we think we need a change to try and mix it up?
Yeah, I do. I think we need to freshen things up a little bit. I think, as I say, we've, you know, it's always good at half time just to regroup and say what you need to say from the manager's point of view, but then you want a reaction from your players, and I'm not sure we've really seen the reaction that maybe Simon would have wanted. Albeit it's still 0-0, still obviously very much in this game, but we don't appear to be creating that much up top. Yeah,
smart attacks, gets Leeds going forward, looking for Russo. Referee suggests that the ball was won. It was a fair challenge on Smart, even though she will protest. Hughes back to Dobson, who just turns it to Turner. And Turner showing a bit more composure at the back, not rushing things. Smart gets caught. She thought she saw a gap, and now she's having to race back and help out because Leeds are under pressure. Here's Owens. Jubal Keating trying to get it from her. Pizzavello reading it well, and now on the front foot. Inside it goes to Smith. Well won by Norton Stockton. Thumped downfield. Yeah, I mean, you could change the formation, couldn't you? Katie Assel up front with Russo is something that's worked. Assel has played out wide as well. Jubal Keating, Hughes and Danby in the middle is something that has done well to stop them. Jubal Keating is officially the closest player to Jess Russo as like a second striker. Catherine Smith's cut in, and there is the first change. In fact, it's going to be Waldron. So I'm delighted to know that the coaching staff have a headset listening to me and my advice. I think this is going to mean it's Pizzavello to left back, Assel out wide to left wing, which stays in the formation structure, but we have a change that you wanted, Brady.
Yeah, definitely. I think Shan's a fantastic player. I've not seen much link-up play between the two forward players today, and we know that that's a bit of a proven partnership with Katie Astle. Obviously, she can come up with some fantastic goals, but she's also played provider quite a few times as well. So, hopefully it's a positive change, that, and one which I'm glad that Simon Wood's made quite early in this second half. Like you say, he's definitely been listening to us.
Also loses out. Ancients get back on the ball. And now play it forward. Olivia Smart is racing back. She's got to work out as well because Hodgson for a second was keeping up with her. It's just the ball that got away from the pair of them. And that just shows the fitness. While Olivia Smart is just back trudging down the touchline, the number 11, Sophie Hodgson of Norton Stockton, a little bit out of breath getting to the hoardings. I mean, this is where we start to see the fitness levels, as you say, Brad. It's because the players are not professional. They've got jobs to go back to at the week, and with the tiredness, training, how fit the players are. It's all about mental fatigue as well. I mean, you said earlier to me that you got the feeling that a mistake might lead to our first goal.
Well, first goal, I'm not sure whose goal it will be. Obviously, hopefully it will be ours. But yeah, it's just that I've not seen kind of amazing play from either teams really. Started out from the back, albeit they are trying to both play out from the back. But yeah, we've not seen many kind of defence splitting passes so far. I think it'll be a defensive mistake.
Defensively, Leeds are switched on here. They have to be because the Ancients are piling forward. Catherine Smith gets a kick for her troubles. I mean, she ran in like a steam train to Catherine Smith, which she's done all game. The Ancients player, I do feel a bit sorry. I mean, sorry for the wrong word, but she's not intentionally gone out to hurt her. She just took a touch to cross it. Smith has got the better of her, and then she's brought her down. There's no swinging boot. There's not like a high boot to try and hurt her. But regardless, she's in the book.
Yeah, I think it was a heavy first touch, wasn't it, which just allowed Cass Smith just to get in there. I think Cass Smith's had a really good game today, to be honest with you. I think the first half in particular, she kind of got stuck in there and occasionally came out of positions to do, some of the defensive work, which she doesn't always like to do. As we know, she's quite an attacking player, but I think she's really broken up that play for them and been in the right place at the right times on several occasions.
Yeah, Annalie Wynne was the one that was carded as Pizzarello. He's forced back. Here is Simpson. Hodgson is growing more and more into this game for the Ancients, sadly for us, as she's having an effort at goal. Simpson wants to keep the play alive and decides against it into the final half an hour here, as the crowd at the Bannister Apprentice Stadium are waiting for their first goal. If you just joined us here on LUTV, we've had a second half of very few chances. First half was much better as a spectacle. This one has been a grind for both teams. And we will have to see if it works in Leeds' favour at any point. Forward to Owens. She can't get it under control. Now Pizzarello runs into trouble. Now Dobson flies in. There's missed touches everywhere from both teams. Referee says that's not handball. Smith turns away, and now she's charging through midfield. Norton trying to bring her down and slow her down. Smith still going, and still into the penalty area. Catherine Smith tries to nutmeg, does get past the first defender. She will win a corner. There'll be a round of applause from everybody watching. Bradley Hannon is just as happy. I mean, talking about empty the tank for your team. All out, full throttle.
Yeah, she did brilliant then. I was just obviously picking her up a couple of minutes ago as well, but that is just exactly what you want for your centre midfielder. Just driving with the ball. I mean, to be honest, I thought they was actually going to bring her down there, but she just proved too powerful for him, but to come away with the corner there was brilliant.
Yeah, Smart swings the ball in underneath the head of the number 10, which is Bianca Owen. She concedes yet another corner. Smart swings it in, it's headed away at the near post. It was nearly won by Leeds. Danby gives Smart an awful ball to deal with, but at least it keeps them on the attack. Looping ball, goalkeeper is panicked, it hits the crossbar, and Olivia Smart nearly got a rare goal this season. I'm not saying she meant it, she might disagree, but that she's putting it into the box hoping for something. At the very last second it dipped nearly, but not in time.
Yeah, it's not a nice ball in to defend something like that, but yeah, quite surprised the keeper doesn't seem to want to come out and claim those corners, which is good for us, but obviously defensively, they were the first to the ball on both occasions then.
Smith loses out. Norton Stockton clear down the touchline, but unable to be kept alive. 2 balls on the pitch, which is far from ideal. The referee will let it go on. Would have been a bit chaotic for Leeds if they'd lost possession then conceded there. I think they were expecting the game to come to a halt. As Dobson nice and safely goes back. So the remaining subs, McGeary, Elliott, Price, and Jakeman. I mean, mainly defenders. Leonie Price is, of course, a centre midfielder. She started the other night, had a good game.
Yeah, she's got a goal in her as well, Tom. She scored a couple of good goals this season from range as well. So, you know, I expect that should it still be 0-0 in the next kind of 10 minutes, that she may be the next person that comes on.
Yeah, Pizzavello got her bearings wrong. She went to meet the ball, didn't get goal side, but then she does that, just races back, tries to slow it down. She's done just that. So from a panic situation, Pizzavello is at least on hand to stop it. And it's that eagerness to go and get the ball which she misread. 66 minutes gone. She makes a big recovery to slow the game down for a throw.
Yeah, it was good defending. I mean, we've seen it before where defenders have just dived in, you know, at times like that and given needless free kicks away. So it was, yeah, good defending.
Up towards Owens. Smart trying to stop her getting onto her right foot. Still going, Owens turns it inside. A whisker away from being brought under control. But she's almost just a pure playmaker now, isn't she? You know, she gets the goals when she's in the box, but she's the one that's directing the traffic around the park.
Yeah, she is, and no doubt if she'd be a bit further forward, she may well have scored a few more goals this season. But yeah, she's definitely turned provider, as you can see. She's managed to set up quite a few chances and half chances, but I think, you know, again, it was good defending by Leeds, because, you know, she only needs a yard and she will have that shot at goal. So I think it was Olivia Smart did well there, just to stand up to her.
Dribble Keating, twisting, turning. Good run this from the Leeds number 11. Looks for an advancing runner. Decided there wasn't any that she fancied. Back instead it went to Smith. Now with Smart to Danby. To Smith again. Smith with a pop shot, and it is easily dealt with by Kelsey Moore, and rightly so. Wasn't the greatest effort.
Yeah, I looked at Catherine Smith's body shape there, and I thought she was going to go out wide to Katie Astle, who seemed to pick up a good bit of space on that left hand side, and then I just saw it floating to the keeper's hand. So I think it was a shot. We think, knowing Kath Smith, it will have definitely been a shot.
Yeah, she does often try her luck from range, doesn't she? No stranger to it as Pizzarello will take this throw. Russo with a high boot. Norton player pleading. Referee answers her calls immediately.
I feel like this game is just missing a goal now, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, you know, I'm confident that we'll get a few more chances in a lot of Leeds games, but this one just seems a lot more nailed on for the draw than I would like, the way it's going. But as you said earlier, mistakes, tiredness, certainly subs as well. I mean, Norton have not played their hand yet as it goes forward to Owens, cleared away by Leeds. Dobson getting her toe to the ball. Pizarro does well, shakes off the attention, double deflection. Leeds get the call, will be another throw. Catherine Smith with a clap of the hands in midfield and a word of encouragement. Almost get the feel, Brad, it's going to need something like that, like someone to drag them over, someone to maybe take a risk or two, or up the ante a little bit in midfield, drive a bit harder.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about Catherine Smith a minute ago. She just grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, basically, and thought, right, I'm going to get this ball and I'm going to run half the length of the pitch with it, and she did. And obviously we got a corner out of it, but, you know, we want to see one of them driving runs ending in a goal, hopefully.
Yeah, good ball in behind, looking for Katie Astle, who's, I think, had a half touch at best so far. More time, though, for her to get involved. And, of course, she is the player that Leeds could look to. She got the only goal when they last met last month in the 1-0 win. Puts her foot through it, gets a deflection. And again, just a more forward-thinking player gets Leeds a set piece.
Yeah, and this is it. And you know, players that are coming on the pitch from from the bench, they've got to try and make an impact. And you know, we know she can score, we know she can assist. So she's not really been in the game that much since she's come on, Katie Astle. So I'd like to see her just trying to influence it a little bit more.
Yeah, towards the far post, Smith with a looping header, and just a little bit overhit. I mean, she generated the power on Smart's corner. It was looping to the far post, but actually stayed on the edge of the box. A lot of those corners today have done that.
Yeah, the corners have been good, and they generally are, to be honest with you, Tom. I know Olivia Smart and Sarah Danby tend to put it on a plate the majority of the time. It's just crying out for someone just to get on the end of it and just power it home.
Good work from Russo. Leeds under pressure here. Dobson needs eyes in the back of her head because there's a player coming across, but then she gets in the way anyway. The shot's going to come in. Carrie Simpson adjusts her feet. Looked like a two-bit of nervous moments, but Leeds reshuffled very well there, Bridie.
Yeah, they did. I think the mistake came from Lucy Turner. I think she got a head on it, but unfortunately went the other way. So it was almost a good assist by Lucy Turner.
Pizzarello. Hughes, the one that pokes the ball away again. Could not mention Hughes for a while, but then she'll do something, break up the play. Easy to play against a player of her stature. Gets in the way of things often, is a good blocker. Smith trying to play it forward to Jubal Keating. Now she's been beaten by the footwork of Hodgson. Now Leeds are under pressure down the left-hand side. Bursting forwards is McEwen to get on the front foot. Set Turner, the one trying to stop her. Ball will be deflected, and it's a poor touch from Milne Redhead. You can see what she was trying to do, maybe flick it and then run the other way. Being tracked all the time though by Hughes. And we into the last 20 minutes, and still nothing has changed in the second half. We could have been put on a loop and saying the same things. There is just nothing in this game.
No, there's not much to really say, is there? Which makes our jobs a little bit harder, I guess. So I'd like to see another sub coming on and just try and change the game a little bit.
Yeah, I saw down the line to Russo. Brad said earlier those two combine well, so let's see if they can do it here. They at least did for the first part of the attack, but then Russo's ball to Hughes overhit, and so many players. You can see the tiredness though, because all the players that had trapped back for Norton, all the players that had gone forward for Leeds stopped there at the misplaced passes, almost to say, I wish you didn't do that, because they were already in position. They've then got to open up the legs again and charge forward. I think there's a lot of space here now. There's a lot of players just bogged down at the edge of Norton's box, and then especially on halfway. Here's Hodgson once more. Turner trying to stop her. Owens sets off. Dobson covers, and a good back pass to Simpson, who will try and play it into a Leeds shirt. Tracking back is Katie Astle. Came from the Norton half. Down the line Russo goes again. Those two are trying to get in behind and work. Russo turns a defender. Now she opens up the legs to get the pace. Here is Jess Russo looking for goal. Its shot is coming into the near post. It is blocked, and it is going to be, I think, stopped behind and cleared, and we'll need a new ball. But the first time I think Jess Russo has been fully able to get going since the miss in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what I mean about the impact I wanted Katie Astle to have. She's picked it up inside her own half, played a great little ball out to Jess Russo, who just turned the defender, and you could see the defender almost trying to grab her shirt and pull her back, but she was too powerful and strong, and it was good defending by them. Yeah,
it was. Pizzarello to take the throw. Just saw on the replay Katie Astle was actually asking for it back there. She wanted to lay off to the edge of the box, which wouldn't have been the worst idea. But hindsight, it's a wonderful thing, of course. Here is Catherine Smith. Very narrow angle, and she's very unlucky. She was trying to play it off the defender for a corner. She got done with her own trick. Simpson with an easy catch.
Yeah, I don't think either keeper's really had many real saves to make as such, have there? There's been no kind of like one-on-ones or...
I mean, Simpson's best save is the one with the legs from that corner, wasn't it? I don't think Kelsey Moore has made a save.
No.
Despite Leeds getting into some decent areas. So you make a very good point, Brady. I think I saw Leonie Price getting ready to come on, as here is Danby. No room first, so she goes back. Leeds have done that a few times today. They've kept hold of the ball well as a result. Rousseau has a quick look over her shoulder and turns onto her stronger left foot. Goes for goal, just over the top from Jess Rousseau. Jubal Keating thought that was going in. And Rousseau disappointed as the referee allows the sub to come on. So breaking play as Leeds have another chance. And Rousseau is just starting, ever so slightly, Brady, to find the old pocket of space.
Yeah, it was a really good effort. I think a little bit lower. I think that could have rippled the back of the net there.
Yeah, Catherine Smith has worked tremendously hard, as per usual. And she will now come on. She's got instructions for Leonie Price as a part of that midfield. We have a like-for-like change.
Yeah, I'm disappointed to see Kath Smith go off because I do think she was having a really, really good game. But having said that, you know, like I mentioned, I wanted Leonie Price on because I know she can score some goals as well. So, again, let's see what she can do.
Yeah, you can't have it all, Brady. Can't have it all.
I want them all on the pitch.
We want a 3-0 will, and Brady wants a clean sheet every single week without fail. So far, so good, but I think you'd take a 2-1 out right now, wouldn't you, if it was in our favour? Such is the importance of a win to try and climb that table again. The Ancients, though, are making life very hard. Hodgson maybe could have played the ball forward, she does, but the number 3 had switched off because, well, I think she'd given up on the thought of the ball coming. Thankfully for us, that has gone astray because that was another good, strong moment for the Ancients.
Yeah, they've definitely got themselves into some good positions in terms of the areas of the pitch that they're playing in. It's just lacked that kind of final shot or final pass. But yeah, I think Sophie Hodgson, she's been one of their brightest players today, I would say. Yeah,
and that is her day over. Her last touch was a miss-hit pass. Katie Ormerod is going to come on as it instead. So it's like a like-for-like winger change.
But yeah, it's funny because obviously the other night on Thursday night we, you know, put 5 past York, but the one goal that I was thinking about on my way home was the one that we conceded.
Yeah, none of that surprises me at all. Like, at all.
I sound so miserable, don't I? But that's just how my brain works.
No, you just sound like a centre-half, that's all you sound like. Miserable is not the term. If defenders were happy to concede goals, Brady, there'd be something wrong. As a ball's gone out for a throw, Leeds miss kick. Olivia Smart was at least attempting to keep it in, but had no chance. Kept alive by that last-ditch touch from an Ancients player, and some close quarters football from them. She wants a forward runner, does McHugh, but doesn't get one. I'm not sure. Well, I can understand it. I'm not sure why the players didn't move a bit quicker. She clearly could see a bit of a gap in the pitch. Nice, neat flick. As I said earlier, there's been a few Ancients players that have shown some real glimpses of quality. Smart not happy at something. I think Turner's kept things pretty calm at the back as well when she's had the chance. All that's done is ensured that Bridie's first half prediction of a draw. Told you were right.
I know.
You praise the home attack, the away results, and that's what they're just going to cancel each other out.
I know. This is it.
And I don't think for 11 minutes we're looking more and more likely of getting a goal. I mean, it's not as if either side are dominating, is it?
No, not really. And you know, you went back a few minutes ago and you said about the teams looking tired, and you know, let's not forget some of these players for Leeds played 90 minutes on Thursday night, and some of them will have had to get up for work the next day, and then, you know, there's not been a lot of recovery time. I don't think Norton have had a midweek game, so you know, naturally they should be a little bit fresher than the Leeds girls. But I'm just looking at some of the changes that they have made. It looks like Bianca Owens has gone further up top now, so for the last 10 minutes she'll definitely be looking at having a few shots at Carrie Simpson for sure.
Yeah, so Maddie Myers is off. She's replaced by Anna MacArthur. Norton have been told to take that throw in again. Russo gets away, squeezes just through the smallest of gaps, wide to Astle. Wants to return the pass, looks for Jubal Keating, nearly a handball, might have been one there from Price as the ball comes in. It was one, as the Price doesn't complain at that, and it's out of play. 80 minutes gone on the clock.
Yeah, don't mind that. She's in a good position there. Obviously, it was just unfortunate that the defender kind of kicked the ball up against her hand there, but you know, it's good to see her that she's in the box. Like I said, Tom, Jess Russo's been a lot more lively these past 5-10 minutes.
She's there again. Flick on towards Price, who's chasing it down all the way. Jubal Keating to Price. Back to Smart. Putting a venom on that pass. Smart was bundled to the floor as she got it away. Turner felt the pressure, decided to play it first time, put the ball into the agent's hands, and now Owens comes forward. She turns it sideways in towards Milne Redhead. Turner and Pisavello are back there for Leeds, and it's Pisavello that's in the perfect position to clear. And she wanted a throw and she gets one. But another moment where with Owens, whenever Bianca Owens gets the ball in space, she's looking at a goal, panic should set in.
Yeah, definitely does. I've just noticed there's been a change of captaincy as well for the Leeds team. It looks like Lucy Turner has got the captain's armband, so I'm not sure why or how that's happened when Olivia Smart's still on the pitch.
Yeah, I thought I did see something on her arm, but Danby is going forward. Russo's running into the channel. Katie Astle is the one that she picks out instead. Who is Dobson. She went on a bit of a marauding run in the first half. She's done it again towards Astle. Nearly worked perfectly. And not often you see the centre half doing that, but she's done it in both halves. Done so effectively. It should be something she perhaps should add to her game more often.
Yeah, definitely. She has played in that midfield position before, so we know that she's capable of driving forward. And I think just going into the last 10 minutes, I think it's about taking some risks now, because you know we don't want to settle for a 0-0 draw. That's not why we're here. We definitely need the 3 points today. So I think going into the last 8 minutes, maybe 10 with stoppage, I think we've got to start trying to make things happen now.
Yeah, Russo, Price asking for it on the edge of the box. Russo went without that advice. Now to Danby. Ball towards Price, who was then running in at the far post. Cutback is powerful. It's good as well to Russo. Russo's such an awkward customer. She just gets it back to Price. Price into an area, asking someone to touch the ball in, but the goalkeeper was on first hand. And just either the final ball than the last decision, Bradley today has let everybody down on the pitch for both teams. But again, it was positive from Leeds.
Yeah, it was much better play, and I thought Jess was going to get knocked off the ball there, but she did well just to stretch her leg out and get it to Leonie Price, who I think has made a good impact since she came on. But the cross, not so much. It's far too easy for the goalkeeper just to collect that.
The attack now, the Ancients turns inside. Turner is trying to get a body in the way. Dobson has moved out of the way because it was Hughes even deeper that was collecting it and running out from the back. Here's Pizzarello. Pokes it towards Katie Astle. Good touch. That should be a yellow card. Norton Stockton player was chopping her down. The referee, I think, is going to eventually give retrospective punishment to Vicky Burton.
Yeah, it was clever play that. She checked her shoulder just before she took the touch, so she knew exactly what was coming there. But yeah, really clever play.
Should be a card. Referee hasn't given it, but I mean, Kate Astle's away.
Yeah, it should be a card, that.
I know she's a long way away from the pitch, but she should be away. I think there's a reason why there's a captain's armband change, by the way. Turner has just given an instruction into midfield, and Harriet Jakeman's on for Olivia Smart, so I think they were preempting the fact that the change was about to be made, so they're given the armband across earlier. So she's not been sacked as captain. It was just a pre-armband swap before the sub.
Pre-agreed, yeah. I mean, it's not very often you see Olivia Smart come off. Obviously, wanting to give Harriet Jakeman some game time. I think, she's not played, I think, for a while now. So I obviously she needs some minutes. and obviously giving Olivia Smart a little rest.
A good ball in from Pizzarello. It was asking for a defensive touch. It was forcing them into something. Good touch that from Jakeman. Defensive one. She might add a bit more energy from a deeper position. That's not to say Olivia Smart doesn't, but it's just the fresh legs, isn't it? And the extra burst of speed. Jakeman with a strong challenge. Nearly gives Russo something to chase. Price, dribble Keating. Price having to work hard there. She's scrapping away. Referee says it's a free kick. I think it's the linesman that's given that. Oh, remember, change of heart. Referee has a quick glance at the watch. I mean, I know she didn't go at the ground, but I think the referee will look at the fact that she was hacking away at the legs.
Yeah, I thought it was a free kick initially. She was, we say touch tight, but I think she was a little bit too tight there.
Poor free kick. Hughes the one that meets it immediately. Poor pass. Jibble Keating gets onto it. Now can she find any room to manoeuvre? Inside to Price, looking for Russo. Russo turns, still going Russo, twisting, turning, and all the way back out towards midfield. Dobson flying forward again. Danby's chopped down the edge of the box. Referee said the ball was won, and it'll go forward. And now Owens can turn. Pizzarello, as Owens will naturally have the stronger physique. Owens wins a throw, but Pizzarello again at least stopped an attack. But it was almost like one of those leaning forward in your seat moments for Leeds in attack. Russo in the box, Bridie spinning, turning. It's what Leeds want.
Yeah, I think Leonie Price played a good first time ball into her feet, and she finds herself towards goal, and she's got defenders just up against her, so she's trying to find that opening, but unfortunately she couldn't find it on that occasion.
Yeah, the Norton Stockton player is aggrieved enough to have taken both socks down to try and prove the injury that she's picked up. But here is the replay of that, what looked like a glimmer of hope for Leeds, but then forced back. And then we had the incident with Danby on the edge of the box, the ball does get a decent bit of contact. Did she go through Danby to get it? We'll never know. Referee, of course, had a better view than us with a couple of minutes left. So, and it's, I guess, without sounding too hard, we're always trying to learn for the season ahead. It is these results at home that stopping teams from getting promoted. A team lower down in the table. This is no disrespect. I think the Ancients have been really organised today. A lot better than the teams higher them in the table. But if you're going to get promoted, beating 9th at home with 2 months to go, that almost has to be an automatic tick, doesn't it, really? Yeah,
exactly. When it gets to the end of the season and you look at the points that you've lost, it's 2 points lost, isn't it? Because if we get a draw, then we'll get a point. But yeah, I mean, obviously the teams above us, you've got obviously Middlesbrough, Hull and Barnsley, and you expect a close encounter with those. But like you say, when Norton are 9th in the league, you need to be rolling these kind of teams over. And like you say, credit to them, they've been relatively organised, and they've kept Jess Russo, as we know, at bay today. And that's their job. They'll be happy with the draw against Leeds today. That they've come away from home, they've travelled this morning, and they'll be more than happy with the point today.
Yeah, they will, if they can keep it, of course. We will hope that isn't the case, but physio on board, drinks being passed around as the defender makes her way to her feet. That's Georgia Ray, and the centre half is getting patched up, so the time allocated will go into stoppage time, couple of minutes. We've had a few subs, we've had 4 of those, and 5 actually. Jakeman coming on for Smart. So still time, we hope, for a Leeds winner. And hopefully no more defending to do, but they've got some to do here because they're under pressure. Out it goes to the wing, sadly for Norton. Great news for us that it's straight into the hands of Pizzarello now for this throw. Here is Price. Jakeman is forced very, very wide, but she's a willing runner, as is Price. Jakeman's actually going to go back for an inside ball if Price can pick her out. She nearly can. Idea was perfect. It's just that lack of power. Price is maybe overstretching a little bit, and of course I think as well, in credit to the Ancients, Brad, it was easy to telegraph. There was one pass on for Price, so they shut it down.
Yeah, I'm glad that Harriet Jakeman did make that run, because it would have been easier just to play the ball out to Leonie Price and let her do the work, but you know, she tried to make something happen there, which, like we've said, with a couple of minutes to go, that's what you want. You know, you need that winning mentality. You need some of the players to stand up and be countered and really put all their effort into these last few minutes.
Jakeman to dribble Keating, she goes to ground.
Penalty.
Yeah, as I say, there's no appeal apart from a very passionate one from Bradley afterwards. As here is Turner. Just try to put it back into a good area. She does that. It was towards Hughes. Russo nearly got to it. Russo's touch is so important because the Ancients were nearly away there. And into stoppage time we go. So have we got what is possibly the scrappiest match we're ever going to watch? Do we have a player of the match for you?
I would say Catherine Smith. I think she's, you know, throughout the whole game, she's been the one that tried to make things happen offensively, but also defensively. I think she's made some really good tackles and interceptions today, and I think she's, you know, put in a really good shift. So, yeah, for me, Catherine Smith. Do you have one?
I was going to say I think she was the one that had set the standard. I thought, you know, Pizzarello in the first half was really strong, but since she's been pushed back to left back, she's gone a bit quiet. So. Yeah, I don't think many have done much wrong. I think the problem is they've just, in each department,
they've just cancelled each other out.
Yeah, which is a shame, but we live in hope. We never know. Last few minutes of a competitive affair. Can we get a moment of magic from anybody in white? As Danby, who's the new captain now, I've had 3 people wear the armband today. Danby goes wide to Pizzarello, who may just be told, get going. She does that, runs into a wall of Norton players. Danby again. Down the line looking for Asta Little. Nearly reached Russo. Russo thought that she had more space than she did. So it's all breaking down for either team. Pizzarello with the touch and out for a throw.
I think it's one of those, when it gets to this stage in the game, you want to commit bodies forward because you just think, well, you know, there's not long left. But then obviously by doing that, you know, if you're going to believe in Bianca Owens, it's you know, you're playing a dangerous game. So we've still got to be organised. Obviously we don't want to lose the game. But equally, I'm not happy with the draw either.
No frustration really for what was hopefully being 2 wins in 2. Forward towards Jubril Keating. Price gets hold. She's going to go for a very, very ambitious effort. And that is where maybe a touch inside and a pass again to start once more.
We just needed an extra bobble there just before it got to the keeper, I think, and that could have been in the back of the net.
I mean, I can see why she's probably thought, I'm the widest player. There's no one to help me out. I'm going to have to hit it, but it had to be an unbelievable effort. Pizzarello kicks the ball into her own face to make sure that Norton can't get on the attack. Misplaced pass from Dobson's, but Hughes under pressure. Looking for it over the top was Owens. And there is Simpson as Jakeman works her way out to right back in towards the 4th minute of added on time. Jakeman down the line to Jubril Keating. Turned just about inside by the number 11. Again, Jakeman flies in. At least you know she's come on off the bench. You know she's not been quiet since stepping off the touchline a few minutes ago. A poor touch from Danby actually finds Dobson. Russo defender gets skin tight to her. No free kick. Ball forward, headed away. Leeds just need the ball to land somehow in an attacking position for any of their players to attack. Hughes into Turner.
Yeah, I think all the subs have made an impact, to be honest with you, Tom, which is what you want to see.
Yeah, I guess from a coaching setup they'll be pleased from that, as it's looking for Jakeman towards Russo. Russo turns now, a little bit of room to manoeuvre out towards Leonie Price. Price now tries to put it into the area, nearly reaches Jubril Keating. It was a great idea from Leonie Price. It's just a tad over here, and we said earlier, while the pitch looks boggy, it's got plenty of spring about it, and it's that bounce that just takes it away.
Yeah, it's fine margins, isn't it? I thought she was going to shoot initially, and then she obviously just saw Shannon a little bit of space at that back post, and it was a decent ball, but I'm not sure if Shan was on the same wavelength initially and maybe reacted a little bit slower, but that was a big chance just to seal the win in the last few seconds.
Jubril Keating to Price. Leeds might get one more roll of the dice. No width again about the play. Everyone's gone quite central. Jakeman. Leeds can't afford to go too far back in case the whistle goes. Here's Dobson. Squeezes it through to Hughes. A bit lack of urgency here from Leeds with the time running out. Turner asking for the runner. She gets it in Russo now. Russo, normally a box of tricks, might have something up her sleeve. She does, not once but twice. Now looking into the area, digs out a deep hanging ball. Assel coming in, Danby coming in, and again so many times in the second half Leeds have just not had the numbers out wide to get to it. Pizarello will need the ball fetching to at least continue the attack. Assel with a shoulder bash to help Leeds on their way. Needs to get the ball into the box. It does come in via a deflection. This could well be it. Corner to come, Brady.
Yeah, I thought Jess Russo did really well to actually pick out across there. I thought the defender was going to get a foot in, but she ended up on the deck. So, well done to Jess there. But again, just it was a little bit too high. We didn't get anybody on the end of it, and like I mentioned in the first half, I want Jess in the box as opposed to being the person crossing. But yeah, I think this is probably going to be the last kick of the game now. So
Danby ready for it. Price on the edge of the box in case anything comes out. It has come out towards Price as a Leeds player down. Turner gets up. Danby, one final cross, maybe no. Dummies it. Now gets the ball in. Not the best. Towards Russo. Russo twisting, turning, trying to find a way through. Has the shot. It'll fall out towards Turner. Turner's pass towards Danby is backwards. 97 minutes now as Danby tries one more way to get it across. She's on the left foot. It's where she wants to be. Still going. Wants that little bit more space. Swings the cross in. Deflected. It'll be yet another corner.
Yeah, I think Danby just took too many touches then. I think she wanted the ball to be sat perfect for her to deliver the most perfect cross, and sometimes it doesn't always happen like that. You've just got to, this sounds not technical, but just boot it. Just get it in the box.
Technical analysis from Brady Hannon sat alongside me. One final chance perhaps. This one's a floater, now headed away by Owings. It's a very good header away as well. Leeds have to be careful they can't get caught on the counter, because Norton will try and go kill the game here with this attack. It's not the end of the pitch that Leeds want to be in. It's overrun. Jateman, she's clever, doesn't really panic by trying to kick it away down the line. Jubal Keating turns inside to Hughes if she can get the call. She's been pushed away from it. The referee decides that's the end of what is a competitive game of football at the Bannister Prentice Stadium, but not the result that Leeds United wanted. The chances came too little too late on this Sunday afternoon. But thank you once again to Bradley for joining us. It's finished here on LUTV 0-0.